for you and how much they want you to come back?
Well, I think I'm overwhelmed by it all the time. I think it's phenomenal. When I started in the business 25 years ago, I never thought that I would be this iconic sci-fi hero, and that was a dream when I was a kid to be something like that, as I was playing with my Mego action figures, or I was playing with, my Marvel figures or DC figures, or even, I watched Doctor Who myself, so when I became part of that team, that was a total dream come true for me. And the fact that I've become kind of iconic is just totally amazing. Now, the fact that fans want the show back, I think that's great. I love it, but it's not up to me. I was the actor who played the role, which was written, with me in mind and all the stuff, the way I behave and everything like that. But it's up to Russell T. Davies, and it's also up to the BBC. Now, off that, personally, I think BBC America should buy the Torchwood rights and make it themselves. Because as you know, there's a huge audience for it out there, and as I see it all the time. But unfortunately, if they did it, I'm now contracted to the CW and Warner Brothers, so they kind of lost me. But I put up a good fight to be back, because if they ever asked me to be Captain Jack again, hell yes, I'd do it at the drop of a hat. Yes.
Hi, John.
Hello.
As Yanto.
As who?
Yanto.
Yes.
I wanted to know if you, Captain Jack, could go back in time and change anything about Children of Earth. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. The ending of the third episode? If
yeah.
You could go back and change
You're not going to like my answer.
Okay.
I wouldn't change it.
Okay.
Because I'm not a writer in the show. And it's not my job. I'm the actor who is to come on screen, and whatever they hand you, it's not my right to complain about what they're doing with the characters. And also what you have to remember, and that's again, the pour of emotion and the outcome that was for Yanto was amazing. And that showed how much Gareth had made an impact with people and how much we had made that impact. But we were a drama. And dramas have to change, because if dramas don't change, they get boring and they get canceled. And what it did was it upset everybody, but a lot of people still watched. You were angry, but you're like, I can't turn it off! So I wouldn't change it, but I understand and I get it that everybody was upset, because even I were upset. In fact, the day we filmed the sequence where Jack and Yanto are, many people don't know this, but Jack and Yanto are in the morgue laying on the ground, right? And Gwen comes in, and she's devastated because she knows Jack's gonna come back to life. So she pulls back, and first of all, I set up with the camera crew. I said, don't tell her. They said, what? I said, just when she pulls it back. So she pulled it back, and I had a little mustache on. I was like, so what do you want to talk about now? And she's trying to cry. She's like, you bastard. But if you go back and watch that sequence again, we are actually, Eve and I are gutted. That's real raw emotion. That's real emotion. That's not acting emotion. It's just real, because we were sad to see him go. But I asked them specifically to put me under the cover with the number 13, which is my lucky number. My mother was born on Friday the 13th. And I wanted Yanto put in number 11, which is the day I was born. So there's those personal kind of connections in there that really meant a lot to me, that, you guys now but go back and watch it and you see both Eve and I just sitting crying over them. And then, Gareth did stuff to us too. He was like that. So, yes.
What do you think would happen in a duel between Malcolm Merlin and Captain Jack?
They'd have a really good fight, and they would punch the crap out of each other, and then Jack would pin him down and make out with him. I was going to go further, but I'm not. And let's just say it involves an arrow.
Hi, John.
Hi.
What was your favorite moment on Arrow or Torchwood or Doctor Who?
I never answer favorite questions, and I apologize for that, but because as soon as I say a favorite moment, it's stuck. It's out there with the internet. I love doing Doctor Who. I love doing playing Malcolm Merlyn. I loved doing Torchwood because they were a gift to me, and every day I went to work because of being a nerd myself. I'm totally in this show that's all about what I like. And that was awesome. So every day is a favorite day for me. I enjoy this kind of stuff. I love it. So it's not ever a chore. Yes?
Hi, John.
Hello.
Hi. My friend Chelsea and I came here just to see you.
Good. Thanks, bye.
We were wondering what was it like to work on Scandal? Because we loved you on Scandal, and we wish that you were
I
there
gotta tell
longer.
I had an awesome time, and they were lovely. The crew were great, the actors were great, but I had a really bad time doing it. I was filming up in Vancouver, a night shift. We had agreed to be in Scandal because Shonda, wrote this part for me to be in. And I flew then at I was finished filming at 4 o'clock in the morning in Vancouver, got on a plane at 6 o'clock, not slept, got to the studio where they filmed Scandal, went into wardrobe, had a little bit to eat, and then I went on set for a 12 to 14 hour filming day. And I did my homework, but because of fatigue, I couldn't remember anything. And I was gutted, and I was devastated, and I was embarrassed because I was there knowing I knew what I had to do, and they had to do another take, and they had to do it again, and they had to do it again because I was tired and I was screwing it up. But this is why I say, God bless them, because they edited it beautifully. And I look like I'm perfect. So, love Shonda, but in my way, when you watch it, just know I was having the shittiest of days that day. And it was tough. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, nice fez.
Yeah. Are you a gay reincarnation of Jesus?
You do realize you're in Texas. Yes, I am. Did my sister put you up to that question? Oh my gosh, she was having a conversation with somebody once, and the guy said, my sister is, she's not really, no, she's gorgeous. Obviously, she's sitting over there. My sister, you'd say you're what, agnostic? Yeah, so she, and this someone we know who is very much a believer was trying to convert her at this cocktail party. and her husband, Kevin, was saying to her, you started the conversation with, you got yourself into it. Well, they wouldn't let her, they just wouldn't let it go, right? And Carol finally, they were saying to her about, how can you raise your kids and not have decent children when you don't believe in the same thing that I believe in, and da-da-da. And Carol said, well, I don't want my children growing up and being good because they're in fear of something. I want them to be good because they're good kids, right? And they wouldn't have it. So what happened in the end, when they were leaving, here's the bit that I just love. He came up to her and he said, we're gonna have to carry on this conversation, Carol, at some point, and may God bless you. And Carol turned and went, yeah, and may she bless you too. Well, and his face just went, and she was like that, snap at you, off you go. No, who put you up to that question? Yourself. Well, good for you for thinking like that, son. Well done. And never be ashamed to be yourself. Yes.
Hello, John. I am a big fan of watched all your shows.
Thank you. Oh, someone's phaser just went off. That was your phaser, wasn't it? Who's beaming you up in a second? I can't, son. We've lost all the power.
I can't do it, Captain.
Yes.
I